With its expansive grasslands, various elevations, and beautiful vistas free of technology, the Confederated Salish and Kootenai Tribes' Bison Range is a peaceful journey back in time. Scattered throughout the nearly 19,000-acre preserve west of St. Ignatius, Montana, are the stars of this trek, a large herd of bison. But that's not all you can see. Elk, bighorn sheep, mule and white-tailed deer, bear, and others call this place home. Our guides for this adventure are tribal members Antoine Paul and Willie Stevens.
Yeah. Oh, wow, this is good.
Yep.
Oh, this is great.
It's not long before we encounter a smaller group of bison. The gathering is just a tiny representation of a species that once numbered in the tens of millions at their peak. Still, it's a memorable sight, bison roaming free and grazing.
So right now, the buffalo are kind of scattered in smaller herds.
Willie says that's normal for this time of year for the herd to break apart after the mating season.
And then the older bulls, they're always alone by themselves, you know.
Okay.
They don't want to be bothered by the young kids.
Bison are the largest mammals in North America, with males weighing up to 2,000 pounds. Willie and Antoine take us off the path reserved for tourists to get a better look at a couple of bulls. With their permission and supervision, they allowed me to get out of our truck for an even closer look for journalistic purposes. But for normal visitors, this is a big no-no. Walking away from vehicles is prohibited at the Bison Range, except along designated trails or the fishing access area.
Let's watch that tail. When it starts standing straight up, we gotta go.
And for good reason. If one raises its tail and not to go to the bathroom, that means it's irritated and could charge. Bison can move quickly up to 35 miles per hour, charging with the intent to gore.
Have you guys ever been charged at yourselves?
I have,
Yeah?
down here in Trisky.
Were you in the car or out of the car?
I was in my truck.
Did it actually hit the truck?
Nope, he just false charge, but he was on his two hind legs. All the way up when he jumped up, and then he stomped his feet and his dust flew everywhere. But yeah,
Wow.
I've had that experience.
Tribal leaders say the herd out here is healthy, numbering around 450. They say that they are the most genetically pure in the entire world.
Because this is where most of the buffalo came from. They were brought here, yes, and then distributed all over.
The Bison Range was started in 1908, and it was started for the reason of trying to perpetuate the bison species back into an existence of meaning rather than near extinction.
CSKT supervisory biologist Shannon Claremont says the founding herd consisted of a handful of orphan calves brought here from the northern Great Plains by a past tribal member.
And he brought them back to this valley and started perpetuating the herd on his own. The land was open for tribal use. It was exclusively for tribal use.
Eventually, the Bison Range ended up in the hands of the United States government. But in 2020, Congress restored it back to the tribes.
It is very important to the tribe itself to have the bison here as a connection to the past. As you know, the bison played a huge role in the survival of the tribes back when we were nomadic.
The Confederated Salish and Kootenai tribes say they have an ancient relationship of respect and reverence for the American bison. An adventure at the CSKT range where they roam free like in days long ago might give you a new appreciation for a majestic creature that played a key role in indigenous culture and survival.